Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for waiting. Also, we had a very important detail to work out before we began our news conference this afternoon. I'm Sheriff Scott Miller, Monterey County Sheriff's Office, and we're here to update you on the case of missing Angel Negron, aged 10 months. As you know, we've been looking for her since the weekend when she was reported missing out of Castroville. I regret to inform you that she's been located deceased in the area of Davis Road and Market Street near the overpass, just outside the Salinas city limits. She was located today with the assistance of our search and rescue cadaver dogs who located her buried in an area near the overpass. She has been identified by relatives. Yesterday, after a weekend of our detectives working as hard as they could on the case, and with the exceptional assistance of the FBI, along with LAPD, we have arrested Jesus Vargas Espinosa Jr., age 47, and he has been charged with homicide in the case of Angel Negron. He's currently housed at Monterey County Jail, pending arraignment. This case unfolded over the weekend. Angel was originally reported as a missing person. There were some facts which were contradictory that developed over the weekend. We were able to locate the suspect in the area of Los Angeles, and through various means came to learn of his location, and FBI in the Los Angeles office were able to effect the arrest. Mr. Espinosa was at a bus depot at the time in Los Angeles, and we believe he was likely headed south. So he is in custody. The child has been identified and is deceased, and that's what we have to report at this time. I'll take some questions, and of course this investigation is ongoing. I would also like to make a point of complimenting our investigators who got on this case, realized the importance of the case, and followed through the leads to the successful conclusion of arresting the suspect, while at the same time also through information that was later developed from the suspect, the child was tragically found deceased just outside of the city of Salinas earlier today. So that's basically the facts I have, and you should have been given the information on a sheet there. So we'll take some questions, of course, noting that many of the questions you'll ask we will not be able to answer at this time, but fire away.
How did Espinosa get there if he had no vehicle? How did he end up in LA?
Good question. I don't know if we have any further information on it.
Zach alluded, we did confirm that he took a Greyhound bus, the bus down there.
Greyhound bus. Sheriff Miller, why was there not an Amber Alert issued?
I believe at one point there was an Amber Alert. Let's see. Gentlemen, any comments?
Under the criteria that's required by Amber, we have to have certain criteria. That one of the main criteria that we were unfortunately unable to meet the obligation on was the fact that was the information that we could provide out could generate assistance from the public. The fact that he did not have a vehicle, we could not generate that. We had no, at that point, no movement of travel for him.
And I would like to also add that there's some strict guidelines in place for the Amber Alert on purpose, and the purpose of that is if the system is overused too much, it loses its effectiveness, and hence that's why there's pretty strict guidelines.
At the same time, I need to emphasize that Amber is not the only means of getting information out to law enforcement and various communities. You, the media, is one which we utilize. And the other ones is through various inter-house and inter-agency agreements that we have pertaining to the exchange and share of information. And we utilize that fully. And that was used completely throughout this investigation.
Was it Monterey County Sheriff's, the deputies that made the arrest, or was it LA?
It was the LA and the Federal Bureau of Investigation from the LA office.
Sheriff Miller, can you describe how the body was found in any more detail at all? It says hidden under a bush, but you mentioned something about being buried.
No, we're not releasing any further information on that at this time.
Was the baby already deceased and left there, or do we know if the baby
No, we're still conducting that investigation. We'll be conducting an autopsy, I believe, tomorrow, and we'll be checking the whole situation, both the scene, the child, and everything for evidence that would lead us to those types of conclusions.
And there were some rumors that the girl, drowned probably at the bathtub, or probably, the suspect brought the body to dispose it there. I mean, what are those rumors? Are there any?
That's what we hope the autopsy and the forensic investigation will show.
What
Was there
led
any
you?
visible signs of trauma?
Difficult to tell, and again, that will be shown by the autopsy, hopefully, and the forensic evidence collection.
What led you to this location?
Statements that the individual that we arrested made. He gave us a general location of where the child might be
So
found.
the arrest was made prior to the discovery of the body?
Yes.
Was the individual does that mean that he was cooperative in helping with the search?
He gave us information that led to the discovery of the body.
So what are his charges?
His exact charges?
The complaint has been taken down to the district attorney's office this afternoon. He's been charged with murder, child endangerment, and abduction. What the district attorney wants to add on additional is up to them, or what he wants to delete is going to be up to the district attorney's office.
Did you say abduction as well?
Mhm.
Okay. Is there anybody else being charged in this situation? Was his family helping him? His daughter was somewhat involved, or so they're telling us?
The investigation is continuing, and we're looking into all aspects of the investigation.
Was the FBI involved because there was an abduction?
The FBI provides a number of investigative tools and resources that we may not have right off the bat. But the fact that she had been, we believe she was abducted and heading south. We involve, as Sergeant Kaiser mentioned, we do have the resources throughout the state, the information, whether it went out as an Amber Alert or be on the lookout, that information had been disseminated statewide.
So, when was Angel reported missing? Was it February 2nd or was it this weekend? The family said they last saw her on February 2nd. Is there
I believe the first call we got was actually Saturday morning.
Saturday after.
This
the
past
evening.
Saturday.
This past
Saturday
Saturday,
was the
yes.
first when the missing person report was made.
Is there any reason as to why they're saying it took so long to report her missing, or?
We're still investigating the entire case. We're looking into the timelines of everything involved.
So
Who
was the
made
arrest
the-
made? The arrest was this weekend?
The arrest was made last evening in Los Angeles.
Who made the call about the child abuse complaint? And when was that call made, and was there an investigation into that?
I think we received a call of the possible child endangerment, as I recall. I believe that's how the call came in. Saturday, and we immediately responded to that call. The deputies who responded rightfully chose to involve our investigative resources, and it went from there. So as soon as we knew about it, we were on the case, and we didn't let up on the case until we came to this resolution. The investigation will obviously continue while we answer all these unanswered questions.
What is the relationship between the suspect and the victim?
Well, we believe he's the father of the child.
Well, we're still yet to determine.
We're still-
that. We're
yeah.
still looking into that.
That's what's been alleged. That's how it's been
That is
characterized. But that's,
biological or non-biological?
well, we're continuing the investigation into that. At this point, that is almost irrelevant with the child being deceased.
Was the daughter in his care?
We're looking into all of that, and we're not releasing any more on that at this
So when
time.
do you get the report that the girl, was actually dead? When did you get the report that the girl was dead? You get the report today? You got the report?
I'm sorry, that the girl was,
If I may interject, Sheriff.
please.
The autopsy will be performed tomorrow, but there's a series of tests that will have to be done, and we may not get the results for a number of weeks after that to determine an exact cause of death.
I think your question was, when did we get the call that she was dead? We never determined that until today. I mean, it's been an ongoing investigation pertaining to the disappearance of the child, and it's continuing.
What drove you to that location?
I would not liberty to give it out at this point in time. Other than what the sheriff has already commented, we have received information via the defendant that led us to that area.
Where, did he live in a shed with no bed?
No, that's not true.
Was he living with Angel's mother?
At the time of this incident, no. She was in another facility.
So was it regular that she would leave her daughter in his care?
That's what we're looking into determine. Like the sheriff said, there's a lot of accusations that have been made out there that we have not been able to substantiate. We're still looking into those accusations.
Have you interviewed the suspect?
We attempted to, yes.
You attempted or you interviewed?
We attempted to, and in all essence, he requested a lawyer.
But he also told you where to look.
Where-
He gave.
Yes.
Does he have a record, Jesse Espinoza?
Not that we're releasing at this time.
How much bail is he on right now?
$1 million.
1 million.
Kind of a history of alcohol and drugs?
We're not giving that out this time.
Do you regret not issuing an Amber Alert?
It's not a matter of regret. We didn't meet the criteria, so we have no ability to issue one.
So the
it's-
criteria again is he did not have a car.
The criteria, there again, to emphasize in Amber, it's only to be used if it meets certain criteria. We did not meet those criteria, even though you have a child abduction. But in the state of California and throughout this nation, there are other means of getting that information out besides the Amber Alert, and we utilize those.
The Amber Alert is not the only thing available to us to use.
Did weather impact any of your guys' investigation from this morning, hinder evidence or anything like that?
No.
Is there any reason to believe the victim ever left Monterey County?
No, not at this point, no.
Do you believe she was killed here?
At this point, we're not going to release it until the autopsy is determined.
Where can I get a copy of the criteria for the Amber Alert? Is it something I find online?
Yes.
Yeah, I think the piece about not having a vehicle associated with the individual is the biggest piece, because every Amber Alert I'm familiar with has a vehicle associated with it.
You have to read that. Item number 4, when you go up there, it says specifically, it doesn't say specifically a vehicle, but it is included in the philosophy of it. If that criteria is not sufficient to get an input from the public, we have to have that. And if you don't have a car, how can somebody call back and say, I've seen the car, I've seen the child? You know.
Is there any possibility that Angel's family would be charged with anything, whether it's child endangerment or negligence, anything?
Any other charges?
In any case like this, you look at all the facts as they become available, and we're still looking at all the facts in this case.
Sheriff, you said Angel's mother was in another institution?
I didn't say that, but
Another facility.
Yes.
Facility. What might that be?
I'm not at liberty to give it at this point.
we're not discussing that at this time. Anything else? If not, thank you all for coming. Appreciate it. And as facts unfold, we'll be certain to update. We'll certainly update you as the facts become available.
I have one last question.